EREAD. Sorry.
PAR is in Robert, EDES.
And what was your identification number, please?
7093.
All right, thank you. And you're a sergeant or a watch commander?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Okay, cool. So I was at the over at HEB on Congress in Old Torf today,
Okay.
and I was returning some items and had a receipt and was in the middle of doing a paint job for somebody and ran in there to grab some food really quick and return some cough medicine that I had, some cold medicine, and some pills, like some little gel cap things, NyQuil stuff for sleeping when you're sick. So
Okay.
I go and return this stuff with a receipt. The receipt's kind of old. It's been sitting in my desk. And I just left work and I don't have an ID on me. And I looked up on their website. It says, oh, you can just return with a receipt as long as it's not an expired receipt. Okay, I'm all right, cool. So I run in there to do that really quick, grab some lunch and stuff, grab some other supplies for the shop. And as I go in there and do that, all of a sudden I'm told, oh, sorry, we can't return it. It's not showing up. It's not on the receipt. And I'm all, it's right there on the receipt. You can read it, but it's not showing up. And I've returned a few items there before in the last couple months, and for that reason, and their computers screw up when they do it too. Like they had to shut down a computer one time and restart it.
Okay.
So they have issues with their computer. So now they're trying to say that, oh, well, you're returning items that you're probably not supposed to. I'm like, well, they didn't say that out loud, but they hinted to it. That it was like stolen items. And I'm like, okay, that's BS. And they're like, well, next time you're going to need an ID to return anything, even with the receipt. And I'm all, well, that's not your policy. So I asked all the way up to one of the assistant managers, and she was very rude and condescending. And then Reyes is working there, Officer Reyes. 9200 is his badge number, I guess. He told me 2900, and then it was 9200.
I don't mean to interrupt you, sir, but I just wanted to put this at the beginning. That wasn't an Austin police officer. We do not have Austin cops working at that HEB. That's a security guard or some cop from some small town. I don't know.
He's dressed up as a cop.
He might have. So a lot of people think that security guards or other cops from other agencies look like us, but we don't have an Austin cop at the Old Torf.
He had the black and blue two-tone shirt on too. I guess you can get those anywhere.
Well, no, just a lot of police uniforms look the same, but we don't have an Austin police officer working at that HEB.
Okay. Well, I asked for his supervisor once. He said he's going to. I came over because I saw him talking to her. She went over and got him and started talking to Reyes, badge number 9200. And
hold on a second, real quick. Give me a second. Let me look up that officer, see, just to double check.
Thank you.
Just give me. But this isn't the first time I've had to call somebody back from that HEB that complained, and the last time it was a Reyes too, and I'm pretty sure that's not we don't have any cops working.
Well, I just want you to know this is what this guy's doing. About a year and a half ago, he decided to watch a guy threaten me, some Hispanic guy, big guy, and tell staff, like, I'll grab your rear end and I'll F you, and to females and shit. I'm like, hey man, watch your mouth. Oh, F you, I'll kill you. Made threats to kill me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this dude's problem? I go and get my stuff. I let staff know what's going on there. Yeah, we saw him. We heard about it. This guy's supposed to go get him in the store, right? I end up out front with my groceries, and this dude again, what's up? I'm like, oh, dude, get the hell away from me, or I will defend myself, dude, and I'll knock you the F out. Yeah. And then he stands there. He stands there and does nothing, tells me to leave. And I'm like, dude, do your freaking job, bro.
Yeah. So, I'm 100% sure that was not an Austin police officer.
Who is he then?
It's a security guard. Huh?
Who is he? I need to find out who this person is and who he works for. Because he just threatened to arrest me, sir. And no trespass was issued, nothing, over returning stuff with a receipt.
Right. So you're going to have to call HEB. It's an HEB matter. Oh, talk to their corporate, but I can't tell you. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I had one of your officers about 2 years ago on the 8th of July, Bradley Silva and a few other officers arrest me in the HEB parking lot when it was the temporary one right across the street from there, because some guy at Starbucks in an unmarked SUV decided to say I stole a laptop, and he had an Apple tracking tag on it. They came and detained me, arrested me, did all this stuff to me. I have it all on video, and guess what? Oh, now his iTag isn't picking up on your van. He was mistaken, sir. Well, who's this person that just had me detained, basically arrested, my free movement stopped by your officers, and then nothing gets done about that?
Well, if somebody is reporting something and we have reasonable suspicion, we can detain anybody. It's not. We don't need probable cause to make an arrest. It's not
An
even an
air
arrest.
tag?
It's just
An air tag.
yes, you can detain somebody if you believe a theft had just occurred. It's not an arrest. You weren't arrested. It's not on your record if you said that.
I was stopped. My free movement was stopped.
Yes,
and I told
that's
them I
called a
didn't have anything. Aren't they supposed to do a thorough investigation before they put you in handcuffs?
The detention, that's not an arrest. It's called a detention.
Detention would be I'm stopping you. I need to talk to you. And then you seem threatening to me, so I'm going to put you in cuffs. But there's
we can handcuff people all day long on detentions.
That's against the First Amendment.
You do not have to arrest somebody to put somebody in handcuffs.
That's against the First Amendment, dude. To fucking stop someone's free movement. Yeah, it is.
Sir, no, it's called a detention. If you have reasonable suspicion that a crime had occurred, that there's...
Okay, how is it reasonable, sir? Let me just finish really quick. So how is it reasonable if when the crime was supposedly never happened then all of a sudden and the air tag doesn't exist? How does that work?
If somebody called and they work for a company and they're saying, hey, this has happened. Oh, hey, the tag is on this. Well, an officer doesn't have time to verify all that. If you are free to leave and go, then every criminal would get away. So an officer has a right to...
Well, that's why we have rights, though, because obviously I didn't commit a crime.
To you, sir? I just wanted to try to do my best to explain to you. You can look it up. It's called reasonable suspicion.
That isn't reasonable.
Can I please finish, sir?
That isn't reasonable, sir.
They can legally detain you.
No, they can't.
Once they realize that no crime had occurred, they let you go.
Yeah, and then I said, where's the proof? And then I said, where's the proof?
That's why they let you go.
And then I said, where's the proof? Now there's no proof. That's filing a false police report.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because I found out the person was stalking me at the Starbucks and wanted to get me arrested because my plates were from California. Yeah, that's a fact.
So what?
And I filed a report after about that with Turner, their supervisor, again, who showed up that night and was rude to me.
Okay, so what is
what my problem is this, sir. I'll tell you what my problem is. I was arrested last month for criminal trespass, which I never committed because someone hit my vehicle that works at Bolden Creek Cafe. After they hit my vehicle, I went in and tried to find out who this person was who drove off doing a hit and run. I didn't want to get them in trouble and involve you guys in all this because I go and visit that cafe and eat there, okay? And I don't want to mess with the community and be like that, okay? I do art around the community. I'm not a jerk. I don't try to get people involved with drama they don't need, especially contracts with the state, because I think it's ridiculous, personally. So these people, when I go in and investigate it, decide to call the cops on me 2 weeks later after I've told them this person's car, their plate number, how they look. Oh, we don't know who that person is. I find out through my insurance company about a month later, yeah, it is that person. But back to the story. So they decide to put a criminal trespass on me when I go in there to get some water and use the bathroom when I'm about to buy breakfast. And then they criminally trespass me with 3 officers. Then they ask me for my ID while I'm there, while I'm leaving. And because I'm leaving, I said, I'm not going to give you ID. I don't have to ID because I'm leaving. You have to warn me first and I'm leaving. Well, don't come back for a year, da-da-da-da. One of the officers I know, I get along with, blah, yada, yada, yada. I go back from the sidewalk and film and ask at their patio, okay, who's the manager? You're the manager? You are? Okay. Why did you call the cops on me? The cops said, no reason. You just have to leave. There's no reason. And it was a male manager, they said. Then it was a female manager I'm talking to. So then I go back to my vehicle after that, parked about a block away. And all of a sudden, here comes a cop driving by, Marquette, rubbernecking me. He pulls down about a block away. I go over and start filming him. Guess what happens? He gets out of his truck and detains me for breaking a criminal trespass. Then says I'm under arrest within moments. He's got me handcuffed, takes my phone, turns my phone off in the middle of the investigation, which is a Brady violation. Then Washington shows up and Castro, and I ask for a supervisor. Supervisor finally shows up. I have to violate my Fourth Amendment to open my phone and show these officers my own footage that shows I never went on the property. They thought that a public easement alleyway and a sidewalk was going on their property, which it's not. So they end up letting me go. Then as I ask for name and badge numbers, guess what happens? Marquette takes off in his truck, and it's a really narrow road here on South 2nd, and there's cars parked on both sides and people walking their dogs and all over walking around. He starts driving off. I wave from talking to Castro and Washington and IDing them because I just illegally was arrested. Then I go over and wave at Marquette. Hey, I need your name back. He acts like he swerves to the left, jumps out of his truck, and then says, you're under arrest for blocking a roadway. The supervisor goes, yeah, take him away. Right when they first released me, I start filming them. They just scatter like cockroaches, okay? Obviously, because they broke the law, didn't do a proper investigation, detained me for made-up stuff that other people said with no actual, there was no crime committed again. And then I showed with my footage, I never went on the property. Well, they said you walked by back in the parking lot. That's an alleyway. It's public easement. So they let me go. Then that happened. They arrested me for blocking roadway. That was just dismissed this morning in a matter of minutes, okay? Now, do you see the problem I'm having? If this happened to you, how would you feel?
Okay, sir. For tonight, you need to call HEB corporate. That was not an Austin police officer.
Well, I just told you about other officers.
Okay. That
Viela,
was 2
training
years ago.
officer, training a new guy. That was about a
So
month
look,
ago, sir.
Sir, I'm very busy. I'm on a call right now. I have to go. You called to speak to a supervisor about what happened tonight. That other stuff, you've already went to court. You've already spoke to supervisors.
And it got dismissed because it's BS, just like tonight was.
Okay, so you can call HEB corporate. I don't know who that was. I don't know if it's a security guard. I don't even know.
You guys need to investigate that. People can't just threaten to arrest me and do violent harm to me for no reason.
I'm telling you the proper channels to handle it. You need to call HEB.
And I just told you of officers. Okay, and I've just put you on. Okay, yes. I just put you on blast on the fact that you need to highlight these officers I mentioned tonight too as well. And I want to file reports against them.
This is something that happened 2 years ago. You already talked to a supervisor. That's not something I can handle.
One was a month ago, sir.
Sir, the person that when you called 911.
One was a month ago. Just so you know, this conversation's recorded, and I'm going to hold you to accountability.
Yes, I understand that. Okay. I understand you're very frustrated. You're yelling at me. You're cutting me off.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm raising my voice because you keep cutting me off.
You're not letting me speak. I've listened to you. I did not cut you off.
Speaking and cop-splaining are two different things, brother.
I've spoke to you very nicely and tried to explain everything, and you get very upset with everything I'm saying, and I haven't been able to say almost anything without being interrupted. Okay? You called for tonight about the corporate thing. Other than that, you can reach out to the Office of the Police Oversight and make a formal complaint.
Oh, okay.
You speak to the supervisor that day.
Yeah, have a community board members look into it, and then have your internal affairs look into it and do nothing like sort of happened before with the Bradley incident 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are untouchable, huh? Well, guess what? I'm going to file a 18 USC civil rights violation, 1983. Oh, you hung up on me? Look at that. That was cute.